What is going on, everyone? Merry Christmas to everyone around the world. Christmas is done. Boxing Day is done. United are back in the Premier League tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock kickoff Sydney time. I've got my man, Mr. Schwereb, Adam, the Man Cave United master. He's sitting in the cave at the moment. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, good mate. On holidays, and I'm loving it. I got to admit, I'm back on the fitness program a little bit, and I'm dying for United to play again. So at the moment, I'm getting stuck in the cave with my daughter's boyfriend watching Arsenal, which I'm not happy about. So I really need a United game on.
Mate, we're gonna have to have a chat, eh? You've got a mate
uh,
who makes you. You've got a mate who makes you drink out of Liverpool mugs or shot glasses or whatever it is, and now you've got this bloke coming around with Arsenal kits, watching
yeah,
Arsenal games in the cave. How do you allow this?
very accommodating.
I'd kick him straight out,
Yeah, well, I'd like my mates to come around, but he's too busy having kids. So, and he's busy. He's under the pump. So,
mate. You don't
so we have
know.
to.
You don't know how grossed out I am from public swimming pools. I absolutely hate the
Oh,
places.
mate. When you
It's
told me
gross.
yesterday you went to a public swimming pool, I just went, Belinda and I both went, you're joking.
Yeah, it's so gross, bro. Like just
Oh,
the idea of floating band-aids and
oh,
other other people's hair. It's gross, bro.
oh,
It's
mate. The,
disgusting.
the amount of chlorine they throw in those pools is absolutely
Oh,
ridiculous.
anyway, the
I'm
kids had a
surprised they
blast.
come out alive. At least they're floating anyway.
The kids had the kids had a blast. They don't know what diseases they're catching yet, so it's all good.
It's all right,
But
mate.
anyway,
Probably good.
we've had some football overnight. Before we get on the United stuff, I just want to touch on the overnight results because there were some big score lines, some interesting games. Um, I'm going to kick it off with the opening game of the Boxing Day clash, and that was Brentford versus Tottenham. It finished in a 2-all draw. Brentford sort of threw the game away, man, 2-0 up, and
Yeah,
then Tottenham doing what Tottenham do, and they wake up after they concede a couple, and they've come back with 2 goals themselves. Did you watch much of the game?
I did. I watched, I watched the first half anyway, and I sort of 2-0 up. I thought Brentford were going to get away with it, and I
Mm.
sort of zoned out and snoozed off a little bit, and woke back up towards the last 10, 15 minutes, and it was two all, and I what? And because Brentford were looking good, so yeah, it's a shocker. Yeah, again, I didn't think Harry Kane played the best. I thought
He
he
jagged himself a goal.
yeah, he jagged himself a goal, but like the first half, I thought he was quite poor. Um, for me, I don't like Harry Kane dropping all the way back in. Not that I care much about Spurs, but you know it's a good comeback by them, 2-0 down, two
We
all.
might see,
They come back and they got the point.
even though all these players who have come back from the World Cup, they might like. I'm not going to say they're rusty because they've been playing the whole time, but it just might be, a game or two to get back up to the speed of the Premier League because obviously the World Cup international football is played at a much slower pace to what we usually see in the Premier League and other competitions around Europe. So maybe just a game or two, get the rust or get the everyone back up to speed again, and then they might be firing again. So, you know, Tottenham jagging a point. Brentford will look at that as 2 points lost. So that was 2-all, that one. Then you had Fulham 3-0 over Crystal Palace. We had the Wolves beating Everton 2-1. Everton actually took the lead there, Yerry Mina, with the header from the corner. Newcastle, mate, 3-0 over Leicester City.
Yeah, look,
They look
I'm
a good
fearing
outfit.
I'm fearing what Newcastle might come up with in January. I haven't heard much, a little bit quiet, but then Newcastle might come out and then go and get three decent sized players to bolster their team up, and it's looking scary for teams like United. Um, Maybe not locking in that top four. Look, I got asked the question today: do I think United will be in the top four? Without confidence, I'm saying yes. But Newcastle, they look like they're unstoppable at the moment.
Now I reckon we'll finish second. I reckon,
Second,
yeah. I
okay,
reckon, yeah,
I'm going to
we'll
back
shit
you
it
in
in.
there. We'll shit it in.
No,
Shit.
Well, shit, yeah, Arsenal going to crumble, bro. Arsenal got a good result this morning, but still, I reckon they'll still fall to pieces. They don't have, unless they sign a striker, they're not going to rely on Eddie and Nketiah, even though they won 3-1 against West Ham this morning. In other results, Brighton doing what Brighton do best, man, and that's putting in a good attacking performance against Southampton. That's 3-1, 3-1 scoreline for them. And then Liverpool against Aston Villa. I'm not going to touch too much on that. 3-1 to them. Who cares? Um, and like I said, Arsenal beating West Ham 3-1 this morning. And I think they were a goal down.
Yeah, they were.
Uh,
Yeah, yep.
yeah.
I was cheering. I was loving it
And then we
because
got
the young fella was stressing out. They were 1-0 down, and then second half, the whole game just opened up. Arsenal did.
and then
Mm.
tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. we've got Chelsea versus Bournemouth, and then the big one for us, obviously, Manchester United at Old Trafford to Nottingham Forest. We're going to see the return of Dean Henderson and Jesse Lingard at Old Trafford, obviously hitting up for Forest. What are you expecting in this game?
Yeah, look, I was saying to you before, it's actually news has been quiet around this game. So, look, Forest have been going all right, but look, I expect United to get the 3 points. I'm looking forward to seeing where United can take this game. I think I'd say the rest of the boys back from World
I'll
Cup. I think
tell you,
you'll have a full squad. I'm pretty sure
I
this
don't,
time.
I don't think, I don't think he's going to have a full squad. So just
Okay.
overnight, I think it was in his press conference. He was asked about Harry Maguire's availability because Maguire missed the last game, that Carabao Cup game, through illness.
Yeah.
Harry's still sick, so he doesn't know how that's going to develop. Um, who else?
What
He was
about
clear that,
Varane?
but
Varane.
well, Martinez and Varane should be back shortly. He can't answer that question now. When he was asked about Lissandro back for the Forest game, he said, and I quote, he's still celebrating now in Buenos Aires, going around in the touring car. Going around Buenos Aires, I can understand it. It is very emotional when you achieve this World Cup success in your own country. He said, it is magnificent. It is the highest that you can achieve in football. Leisha also has to understand that on December 27, the Premier League is back. So he's put out a clear, I'm not going to say warning, but a clear statement out there telling his boys, especially Martinez, all right,
Yeah.
congratulations,
Get your ass
celebrate your
back home.
success, but get back to work.
Actually, you know
Um,
what? In the FA Cup game, I didn't mind Casemiro there at centre back. I actually thought he was pretty good.
Mate, I think players like that who have the experience, who've played in big, for big clubs before, you know, he's a well established international for Brazil. You ask him to do a job, he's going to do the job. So I had no issues with Casemiro playing back there. He actually looked all right.
Yeah, no, he did. And Dean Henderson, I'm thinking, is not going to be playing for Forest.
He's
Yeah,
ineligible due to being on loan, but Jesse Lingard is expected to feature on the opposing side for the first time. Interesting thing with Jesse Lingard, there was a statement I read. I don't know how true it is, but it was some report I saw about Lingard and his time towards the end of his time at United, saying that he was, and it was much more of the same about what along the lines of what Henderson was saying in his interview about the end of his time at United, being given false
frozen out of the club.
promises.
Yeah,
Yeah, told that he was going to play and he was training well. Lingard was saying very much the same. He was told a lot of things, said that he was going to play as long as that he trained well and he was fit, and he
yeah.
was all those things. But for some reason, they never picked him, and he never
It's just
played. And apparently, no one told him why. And he said that he thought that given how long he was at the club, that they would have showed him a bit more respect. And apparently, no one talked to him about it. So, it should be an interesting return for Jesse.
yeah. Well, it's the same with Sancho at the moment. No one knows what's going on with him either. So it's a
Well,
worrying sign with him as well.
um, all Ten Hag said on Sancho was that he doesn't think he'll be available.
Yeah,
So
right.
who knows what's going on there. I think there might be a family issue, but I'm not going to speculate too much
Yeah, well, I
because
mean that seems to be the case a lot of the times when we don't hear something, everyone goes out assuming stuff, and next thing you
yeah,
know, there's been something going on in the family and a tragedy or something like that. So I think we should respect what's going on and and not really,
Yeah,
assume
whatever it is, we
something
won't
bad.
comment on it until
No, that's for
obviously
sure.
more comes to light. So we'll
Yeah,
probably just leave it at that. But anyway, look, we've had our competitive run out last week in the Carabao Cup, and obviously we got up with that. I'm
yeah,
expecting a bit more. I'm expecting a bit more intensity. Tomorrow morning it is a Premier League game, and I hate to say this, but all our games are must wins because the Premier League is so tight at the moment. Games and 3 points are hard to come by, and it doesn't really matter who you're playing. You really
yeah.
have to step up, and you really got to, you got to come to the table with your A game. Otherwise, you're going to get rolled over. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it doesn't matter who you're playing.
Well, you
I
know
think
what?
United real the
It,
intensity needs to be up there.
it's going to be interesting who he. I think it's going to be an interesting lineup because Aaron Wan-Bissaka last game, mate, he really put a good step forward. He got an assist for the first goal, and
Yeah.
Delo, I'm assuming, is back in training, so
Well,
it'll
he
be
was
interesting.
injured. Delo
So
was injured. That's why he didn't play the last game.
right, so it'll be interesting to know whether he's okay to go or Wan-Bissaka will start. So
Look, I
especially
think
across
if
there,
Delo's fit,
yeah,
Delo's playing.
yeah,
Yeah. I think Wan-Bissaka can expect to find himself on the bench as long as Delo's fit. If not, I reckon Wan-Bissaka comes back in because, like you said, he did put in a good shift in that Carabao Cup game. I expect the back line. This is where it's going to get interesting. We were talking about this off air before. Casemiro, yeah, he put in a good shift at centre back alongside Lindelof, but do we really want our world class centre defensive midfielder playing in centre back in a Premier League match?
oh,
For
definitely
me,
not.
you want him in that. You want him in that six. So it throws a bit of a spanner in the works if we don't have Varane available, we don't have Maguire available, we don't have Martinez available. So we could very well see Casemiro lining up again in that centre half position, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would think if that's the case, Scott McTominay will then come back. Well, he started last game. Did he, Scott McTominay?
In the
Yeah,
Carabao Cup, yeah.
yeah. So he started last game, and yeah, you would think he'd come back in. You'd think Bruno again would be there, and Fred
Ericsson.
and Ericsson. So Fred will come back off the bench. Well, there's talk that Fred's looking at going somewhere at the moment, isn't there? And Wan-Bissaka as well. So
Where's Fred going? Down the road? Where's he going? I haven't heard
yeah,
nothing, eh? I've
yeah,
been
there
cooking
was a
in the
little
sun, bro. Have a look
transfer
at me.
rumor. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. And Wan-Bissaka's looking at there was apparently order to Wolves, West Ham, and Crystal Palace are interested in him again. So
Fred, Fred's staying at United, bro. He loves us.
yeah, look, mate, I'm happy for him as long as he plays off the bench. I don't want him to start. I just think he's a bench player, and even if he does start, I'd rather see it in a cup game or something like that. So I don't want to see him start in Premier League games.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He gets all right, Fred. Don't hate on him too much, mate.
Oh, come on, man. It does not. It
He's
does
all
not.
right. Mate, the last game, I remember, I think it was before the World Cup. What was it? What game was
Don't even start with
it?
me. It's like me putting shit on McTominay. There's no
You
way.
watch your mouth.
I don't put shit
You
on
watch.
McTominay. What are you
You
talking
said,
about?
don't. You said, what was that game where you were blowing up that Fred started, and I told you, watch him have a worldie here, and he
Yeah. He scored the goal. That was a massive deflection. You're
doesn't
absolutely
matter,
taking the piss.
mate. But he still had a worldie of a fucking game.
He didn't have a worldie of a game.
He
The the
did.
the goal covered his ass.
He did. No, he did. He actually had a very good game. I think he got man of the match.
One
What's
in
wrong
it.
with you?
One every friggin' 3 months doesn't count.
Doesn't matter. It's like your other boy. Who's your other boy? Rashford. He's
Yeah, my
he,
boy.
he's actually coming in good form, man. He played
No,
well
he
in the
is,
World Cup.
mate.
I thought
Just trust him. Trust him.
yeah, I could
He's
say the
good.
same. I know he's good. I
Yeah,
like Rashy. I'm a fan of Rashford, mate.
good. I'm looking actually for a Rashford auto. So yeah, but they're pretty pricey. The Rashford autos though.
Well, the cards.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I know I've been seeing them. I like your Rashford one, the coloured one. That's good.
The kaboom. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that
it's
one too,
nice.
mate.
Yeah, it's cool. Anyway,
Um,
we can talk memorabilia all day. That's what
yeah,
I've
I
been
know.
doing. That's what I've been doing today. I know I'm a bit off topic, but I've got
Just
a
drilling
function
your
on the.
Arsenal son-in-law.
Nah, don't worry about him. No, but I went down to Office Works and printed off a whole heap of stuff because I've got a function on the 3rd of February on the Friday night, and there's like 10 players from the 70s going there.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's yeah,
where's
it's
that
gonna
at?
be
Over in England?
yeah, it's at Hotel Football, so it's good.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good night. Yeah,
Thanks to that special person who hooked that up.
yeah.
You
No,
print you
still
print anything out for me?
print out. No, just one item per person, and that's me.
Oh. One of
No, I
one,
have
left,
got
right, and
something.
center.
I have got something for
Yeah.
you. I'm going to try. I'm going down to Melbourne in a couple of weeks, so for Kira's Nationals. So I'm hoping to catch up with Nani down there. So I want to try and
Oh
get.
yeah.
I've got a photo of you printed off that I want to try and get personally
Hey,
signed to
he's
you.
gonna take he's gonna take an AVO out on you. Trying to get you just
No,
stalk him everywhere he
I
goes.
think he's forgetful, so it's okay. But
You
you
what?
think I've
What's
got a
that?
face no one forgets?
Oh, definitely,
I
man.
said
He's
I
gonna
think he forgets easy.
nah, bro. You've gone to every function that he's gone to. You're gonna be everywhere soon. He's a good
uh,
sport, Nani. It's a good
no,
sport,
he's
man.
good. He's very accommodating. Very
You
accommodating.
know, I'll always
Uh,
appreciate that function that we were at. You know,
yeah,
probably what
no,
was
he
it,
is.
about a month ago.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Yeah, I even thanked him. I did say to you, I got you a one of those tickets. I got it signed for you,
Mm.
so it's here waiting for you.
Yeah, mate.
So it'd be good. Be good to catch up with Nani again.
Yeah, nice. All
No.
right, now some other news. I said we're going to talk about this. Now I know a lot of United fans have been cracking the shits over this because apparently United were asleep because we had Liverpool beat us in the race apparently to sign Cody Gakpo, the young Dutch forward. I think he's playing at, don't quote me, PSV. I think over there
Yeah,
in
it could
Holland.
be.
PSV Eindhoven. Maybe, I don't know. Kind of, no one knew who he was until this bloody World Cup anyway. So apparently, Liverpool have signed him on the back of a very good World Cup that he had, and they've beaten us to the race. Now, Adam, were we ever in the race for this bloke? Because I know we were linked with him the whole time in the World Cup, but that's what the size
That's
that United
it's
are. We're linked
that's
with
easy
everyone.
news. There's
Yeah,
no
that's right.
chance in the world we were linked to him. No chance. The only time I ever thought we were linked to him is when we were going after Anthony. That was the only choice. That was the only time. And I've seen so many people go, United's done it again. Someone's come under us. We would have paid well overs for him. Da da da. And just going on with utter garbage, man. Stop reading the papers, people. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not in the club or anything like that. But I just don't think that we were in the race for him. I just don't even think he was even in Eric Ten Hag's plans. I don't even think so. So
Do you
I,
think?
I think people are full of
Look,
shit.
I understand what you're saying, but I think that whole between him and Anthony thing might have been before the season kicked off, right? So obviously at that time when we signed Anthony, we still had a certain player playing for United as our striker. Now that player no longer is at the club. So we've been, and that was before the World Cup. So we're without a striker for the whole month of the World Cup. So we've had, 4 weeks to go on the hunt for one. We do have Anthony Martial, but obviously, look, great player Martial, but he can't be relied upon because one injury and that's 4 weeks gone. We can't have Rashford playing through the middle, even though he's capable of doing it, but he's not our long term solution. Should we have gone in for someone like Gakpo, considering the fact that we're quite thin up front now, having only Martial as our out and out striker, and then obviously Ronaldo leaving the club? Should we have gone in for him? Can you look at it that way, that we should have gone in for him and that Liverpool maybe did snatch him from under our noses?
Yeah, maybe. Look, for starters, I don't even know much about the bloke except, like you said, in the World Cup. So I don't know.
Look, the frustrations from the fans comes from the fact that we're linked with someone, right? And look, the links may or may not be true, but we're linked with someone for so long, and then Liverpool come in, they're linked with the bloke for an hour, right? And then a couple of hours later, you got Fabrizio Romano coming out on Twitter going, "Here we go," and the deal's done.
Look, the only
That's
thing
the
that's
frustration.
scared,
I
yeah,
think that's the biggest frustration.
the only thing that scares me about January again is, and we're well known for it over the past 10 years, is comes to the last day of the transfer window and we buy someone. Why can't we just lock it in the first few days of January instead of just pissing everyone off? And I'm
But
talking
this
about
is
the
the
fans
thing.
here. It's just,
Yeah, but
I
this is
just cannot believe it. It's so fucking irritating. We're always waiting to the last day for this shit to
what I
happen.
don't
We're
understand is
racing to get it
if it's
done.
the January transfer window, it's December 27th. How are these signings happening? I don't get it. Can, am I missing something here?
Well, the thing about it, they were saying, is
Is
it's
this
not
just
actually
player
announced. I
agreement?
think, yeah, player agreement. Yeah. So until it's officially announced by the club in January, so January 1st, you would think it's not actually official.
I still didn't think this shit was allowed. Isn't this tapping players up?
Yeah. I don't know, mate. I want to know
Because
how.
that wasn't allowed. You weren't allowed to tap players up before the
No,
window was
never.
open.
Yeah.
So well, now you can sign contracts and you can sign agreements with players well before the window's open. I'm missing
But
something here.
you would
Surely,
think it's just
surely someone's breaking rules here.
yeah. Well, you would think he hasn't signed anything, and it's just a handshake, and then someone's gone and leaked it. Which it's not actually a leak when someone deliberately goes and says it. So, um,
Let me
yeah,
see.
it's a strange one for mine.
Let me see Fabrizio. Oh, Fabrizio.
I just find it strange that on the what date is it today?
The
The
27th of December.
27th of December, and the Liverpool's come out and said they have. Well, Liverpool hasn't. Fabrizio Romano, everyone's god, has come out
Look,
and
45 seconds ago, he's tweeted Cody Gakpo will travel to England in order to complete medical tests as new Liverpool player. Contract already agreed and signed. Gakpo spoke to Van
contract
Dijk when
already agreed and signed. Well, that's outside of January, so there's got to be something
Gakpo.
wrong there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Gakpo spoke to Virgil van Dijk when the official bid was submitted, and he's now set to be unveiled as a new Liverpool player. I don't get it, man.
I don't know. Maybe one of the other pods could let us know. Like Tom and that or IFT
A
could let us
six
know. Or
a 6 year deal.
that's mental, isn't it? 6 years. Are you that confident he's going to do that good a job for you? Look at Nunes. Fucking, he's good, eh? He missed another sitter.
I'm so
You know,
glad
I
he
was
shit.
watching the game when he was
Oh,
1v1. When he was 1v1. And yeah, the thing about it is, the commentator was actually talking him into the 1v1. And the commentator didn't even sound confident he was going to finish it. And then was it Carroll? The crowd's saying to him, "You're just a is it Roy Carroll or whatever his name was?" Yeah,
Andy Carroll.
Andy Carroll. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely giving
Well,
it to him. Yeah,
so interesting on that. You know, our one of you United's legends, Andy Cole.
yeah.
Bro, I can't stop.
Oh,
I can't stop.
mate, I see. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're about to say. They're comparing him to him. That is. Don't even get me
Even
started. I'll
even
let you
Coley's
talk.
come out. Even Coley's come out and just. I don't see the need why he had to. Like, good on him for doing it, but you don't have to come out and defend yourself. And Andy
No.
Cole, if you ever see this, mate, you have nothing to defend yourself about. You got nothing to answer to. That bloke can't even. He's not even fit to tie your shoelaces. Not even fit to put your socks on for you. Don't even worry about it, man. Please, Nunes.
Oh, mate.
He's just another Lukaku. He makes Lukaku look good. The bloke's rubbish. He is the most uncoordinated player I've ever seen in my life. I'm so glad he's a donkey. That donkey Nunes, mate. I'm so glad that Liverpool bought him. He will be rubbish until his time finishes at Liverpool. He's an absolute dud.
I am proud to say that you actually said this when they first signed him. I'll never forget it. You
Yeah,
actually said it.
he's a donkey, bro.
I,
He's a punish to watch. He's actually rubbish. Look, he got an assist this morning. But if you see his touch, oh my God, lucky he's fast. Otherwise, that ball would still be rolling.
You know the thing that gets me about the whole Nunes thing is these freaking commentators. Okay, so if he takes a shit touch or he gets an assist, okay, they paid 100 million for him, didn't they?
Oh, so yeah, something ridiculous. But
100 million they paid for him,
Liverpool
right?
get this special
If there was
treatment
a
about their
fucking
net spend.
Manchester United player, the player would be absolutely copping it sideways,
Oh
big
yeah,
time.
yeah.
The fist would be right up there. It's fucking a joke because the commentators are there just absolutely laying calls on a platter for him, saying,
Adam,
at
you
least
know
he's getting
this.
assists, at least he's running good lines and shit like that. I bet you when they
You
bought him for
know
the
this.
100 million,
You know this already, bro. Liverpool are the darlings of English football. They can do no
fucking
wrong.
joke.
Jurgen
Absolute
Klopp.
mistake.
Jurgen Klopp has the English media wrapped around his finger. They love him, right?
Yeah.
None of their players can do wrong. Everyone forgets about the whole uh, uh, asthma puffers, right? They're steroids
Yeah.
that they all take. No one wants to talk about that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's amazing how 85% of the Liverpool squad have asthma,
Yeah.
right? That's why they run so much, right? Liverpool can do no wrong in the eyes of English media, in the eyes of English football in general, right? So it doesn't matter. 100 million for Nunes, but for some reason, only Liverpool's transfer budget gets complemented because of their net spend, but every other club gets criticised for how they spend their money, right?
Yeah.
So I don't buy into all that bullshit. Nunes is an absolute donkey, right?
Mate, the
He's been a
commentators are
donkey from day
embarrassing
dot,
when it comes to
right?
him. Now, when I was watching it this morning and Nunes missed the 1v1, that you just, and that Owen, Michael Owen, go fuck yourself, you wanker. You're an absolute prick. You're a disgrace, and I'm ashamed to say you play for United. To absolutely just make an excuse for him, you're a dropkick man.
That's
Oh,
another
mate,
thing.
he's
Michael
running
Owen,
good lines. At least he's running good lines. He got an assist this morning. Fuck off. You're a prick that just puts shit on United whenever something goes wrong. You couldn't wait to put shit on Maguire. You couldn't wait to put shit on Rashford and all those boys. But this prick hasn't scored jack shit for 100 million. But you're happy to, just go all because you want the Scousers back on your side. You're a joke, mate.
that's exactly right. He wants the
Yeah,
Scousers back on his side
yeah.
because they
You're a
don't want him. They
disgrace.
don't claim him anymore because he
Nah,
played for United. Right. So, like you said, he's just trying to win them over again by ripping into us, right, and licking their assholes. That's all he's good for. He's an asshole licker. Michael Owen, you're a dud. Absolute
mate.
dud. You were
It's a
shit back
shame
then. You're
because,
shit
mate,
now
he was
too.
a good goal scorer,
Nah, he's shit.
I'll never forget the goal he scored for us
Eh?
against City to win us the
Yeah.
game. But
How many Premier Leagues did he win at Liverpool? None. Zero. He had to
yeah,
come to us to lift the title. And
yep,
even then, he did nothing to help that. We carried him.
yeah.
Take your
He
goal
scored a
against
winning
City. You
goal
know
though.
what? Take your goal against City and fuck off. Right? I don't care. Take the goal back. Take the goal back. I'll take the 1 point. Thank you very much. Now you can fuck off, Michael. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's
Fuck that guy.
embarrassing.
And anyone who played for Liverpool. You're Gronks.
It's embarrassing. Anyway,
You too, Harry Kill. He's gone off rail here. Anyway, look, let's wrap this up. It's starting to get hot
yeah,
in here. I need to buy an air conditioner for you.
yeah. You should
And I'll
open
need to
the
clean
door.
up all.
You know what you
No,
need to do? Give up the fucking ciggies, mate.
no, never. You need to give up running fitness, please. Do me a favor. 5Ks. Do 5Ks after you've had fucking three of these in your mouth. Test
Mate,
yourself.
you don't know what you want. You don't know whether you want the vape or you want the burners. Oh, mate.
Why not have both? This episode is proudly sponsored by I Get Vapes and Dunhill Blues. Remember when shit used to be sponsored by cigarette companies?
Yeah, rugby league used to be the Winfield Cup.
Yeah. When they used to advertise cigarettes as healthy for you. Good on them. Now look what you've done for me.
Anyway.
Anyway, look, United back in the morning. You're going down to Scruffy's, are you?
Yeah, I'll be going down to Scruffy's. If
Yeah,
anyone
good luck
watches
with
this,
that.
get down to Scruffy's at 7 o'clock with the supporters club. I'll be there. I think there's a
I
fair
won't.
few going down there. So, and afterwards we'll be heading down to Circular Quay in front of the Harbour Bridge there. and having some breakfast, and it'll be a beautiful morning. To be honest with you, it'll be great. I'm looking forward to it.
There goes half
Can't
my
wait.
day. No thanks,
Half your day. What are you going to go do? Swim in some public pool again?
mate. It'll take me an hour to get to Scruffy's. Right,
Yeah,
so I
well,
have
it's going to
to
take
make
me an hour.
to make it to 7 o'clock kickoff. I have to leave here at 6, which means I have to wake
I'll
up
be
at five
leaving
o'clock.
tomorrow morning at 5:45. I'll be leaving to get the Scruffies by
How
6:30.
are you getting there?
Train.
Oh, you're catching a train. If
Yep.
you drove there, how far is it?
No, it's still about an hour. Just probably
Yeah.
about 50 minutes. Yeah.
Anyway, and then what? Watch the game and then spend the rest of the morning with you lot? No chance.
Come on, man.
No chance.
I could
I
bring
got
in
three
like a
kids.
little gift. No, your kids
I
are
got
awesome. They're good
I
fun.
got 3 kids and a pregnant wife, mate. I got to
Yeah, no
make
way.
sure everyone's
Shit.
set.
Yeah, no. You're doing the right thing.
What is it? 27th. We've got under 2 weeks to go, I think, or just on 2 weeks to go, and the new
Mate,
signing will be here.
new signing. Have we got a name or anything picked out?
I
Not
told them
yet.
I don't care.
Give
My daughter, my
it a
daughter,
United
and
name. Give it
my
like
daughter,
Scott. Call
Eric.
it Scott.
No
Call it
way.
Scott. Scott
How many
McTominay.
Middle East have we had? Any Middle Eastern players for United?
Yeah.
I doubt.
No, Turkey's in Europe, isn't it? Middle Eastern.
Turkey.
Let's
Who
do
do
a
we have from
research.
Turkey?
Iqbal. Is it
He's not
Iqbal?
Turkish.
Well, who's the one? No, Hannibal.
He's not Turkish either. It's Tunisia.
Oh, Tunisia. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, African.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
Tunisia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go spark up another banger. It's been great again. All right, Adam. We'll talk again.
yeah.
Obviously, United back in action, as I said, tomorrow, 7 a.m. Optus Sport. I cannot wait. It's going to be good to see our Old Trafford rocking once again. Adam, thank you very much, my friend.
All right, mate.
Have
I'll
a good
talk to you
morning
later.
tomorrow.
See you later. Check ya.
See yous.
See ya.